So, how do you think the clothes we wear influence our behavior and emotion?
Well, I really think that clothes, when we wear them, they really have some meanings behind our emotions or behavior at that time. So, for example, when people are in a good mood and they're so happy, they really have the feelings that they just want to dress up. To look the best of themselves and to look beautiful in other eyes. But some people, when they have like bad a bad emotion, they feel sad. They really don't care much about the appearance. They don't really care much about their clothes because at that time they're too busy to arrange their emotions and to manage their emotions. So they don't really care about how people thinks of them. So they will not put too much effort on what they wear. Yeah, so that's how I think that clothes could influence our behavior and emotion. In what ways has fashion changed in your country over years?
So I think Vietnamese fashion has saw a lot of changes throughout the year. For example, at least like from the 19th centuries and all the way back to the dynasty and kingdom, things like that. Most of the time, Vietnamese were very very like conventional and basic clothes. For example, they will wear outside for daily work and celebrations and things like that. And they are largely influenced by. They are largely like influenced by Chinese clothing. Consider that this country has dominate like just took over Vietnam for so long that a lot of the aspects start to mix up with us. But from the uh, the last half of 19th centuries to all the way through the present day, I from what I had from as far as I concerned, most fashion of Vietnamese are influenced by Western. So, for example, back in the day with French and American, we start to adopt things like vest and formal clothing you will see from the West, and then about like 2000 to 2020 for right now, they are heavily, uh, I would say, influenced a lot. At least like a large part of Vietnam is influenced by hip hop and rap culture. So you can see a lot of people wearing like baggy shirt and torn up trousers, reverse cap, things like that. So, yeah, those are some changes that I have seen occur, like the most noticeably in Vietnam. Why do some people prefer brand name clothes over non-brand ones?
Mm, well, as a fashion lover, I think that the most common answer to this question is just because people love the brand. Maybe they don't care too much about the quality, or they don't know much about the quality. But if some products that have a famous or a popular brand names, I think like people would believe and would trust on that product more than those non-brand products. For example, like nowadays, H&M has become like really famous brand in all over the world, and particularly in Vietnam. People always go to H&M buy, but to shopping, but maybe they is H&M, because I buy a lot of H&M clothes, but the quality was just the same with those who we could literally buy online, but got like 3 or 4 times more expensive because they had the brand name. So yeah, like I think the brand name is really important because nowadays people just want to show off, and brand name could help them to do that, to contribute to like their whole worth. I think like the whole worth that they are showing off to the world. So yeah, I think that's why people choose brand name more than non-brand. Do you think people's choice of clothing is influenced more by fashion trends or personal comfort?
Uh, this is a very hard questions, but to my knowledge, I would say that most people fashion choice are somewhat partial, at least like partially influenced by the fashion trend more than their own personal comfort. So let's take for example, back in like 2000 and 2010, from that time span, you can see a lot of people like doing hip hop style fashion. So maybe like they have their cap uh, in the opposite way with their jeans and jacket, shirts, things like that. But you don't see many people wear that uh, nowadays in Vietnam, because that trend is already old fashioned and it's outdated. So now people start to wear things that looks more dusty. I don't know how to describe. So like oversized shirt, all black, and stuff like that to makes them look like they have like very street like stuff like that. And it is the consequence of the fashion trend with from the shows like Rap Viet, where it features a lot of people working in the rap industry, and people start to adopt that. And so the reason why I think there is a more common phenomenon than people just prefer to wear whatever they want is, I think they want a sense of community, right? So when they wears what people wear, and they uh, it have the accessory and the clothes that what other people would consider cool and relevant to fit in, and hence why uh, most people will rather go with the flow rather than choose what they really want. How can the fashion industry become more sustainable?
I think there's a lot of method to help the fashion industry nowadays to become more sustainable, but there's just some way that I could think of. So first, thing that people could do to make our fashion industry um, more sustainable is we should increase the we should be careful and notice about the quality of our clothes that we're buying, more than the appearance, more than the brand name or something. We should notice about the silk and um, how long that shirt or that clothes could use for like our size, or the material that used to make that clothes, because we should use like sustainable material or renewable material, and we should also like educate our like educate the customers, teach them how to buy the right clothes for themselves and for the people around them, so they wouldn't like waste their money and waste their clothes to buy something that they don't even want to wear it, and they just buy because for trends or something. Like um we should keep our mind bright when we choosing our clothes nowadays. And the last question: in what ways do you think clothing choices different between younger and not and older generations?
It is kind of vague when talking about older and younger generation. But for example, let's say younger generation of people, teenagers and stuff like that. I think, and from 20, 30 downward, I see a lot of them choose the kind of uh, clothing that makes them kind of stand out, or at least like it's like a trendy outfit, right? So uh, like anything that is relevant, anything that is currently a hot trend right now in the they are in the first of the line. They will choose to wear them, and and a lot of expensive clothing and accessory, like I don't know, Gucci or Dolce and Gabbana, and things down the line. But interestingly enough, I see a lot. At least I see a lot of older people. They want to make themselves younger. So from what I see from these few years, a lot of older people, like adults, old adults, are starting to wear a more colorful clothes, with like trousers and t-shirt, maybe like a way to feel rejuvenate, or something like that, which is really interesting because while younger people want to look older, like in a sense that they look more mature and more relevant, older people just want to wear what they want and wear so that they feel like they are back in their prime years, back in their back to their older self. And I think it is a very interesting contrast trend among these two generations. So last questions, part two. Describe an occasion you wore the best clothes. You should say when it was, what you wore, what it looked like, and explain why you wore it.
Well, like I said, I was a fashion lover, and I love to up as bad as I could, like every time. But I think like there's a lot of occasion that I would wear like my best clothes at that moment. But this like recently, I recently when I wear the best clothes is when I go to travel with my family to Thailand. And yeah, Thailand is like a really beautiful country with street food and street contours, really interesting. And yeah, I love to take photos, and then I could upload and I could post it to the internet. So I choose all the best item in my closet and bring it with me so I could look the best in all of my photos. And yeah, like when I go travel, I really want people in another place in another country to see me as like really beautiful, nice, and clean. Um, so like that outfit of me. I think the best outfit of me in that trips what was wearing a skirt with a leather jacket, and I wear a black top, a red top inside with a black skirt and a black leather jacket. Um, I wear some sock and which is a sneaker basic outfit, but if you could see how the top looks like, you will like really love it because the top was really fabulous and I love it. I wear it all the time. So what about you?
Right. So normally I get criticized a lot because of my choice of outfit, because normally I'm not a fashionista, or at least someone who knows how to wear smart. So for the most part, it looks very wacky and probably only to my personal comfort. But things changed during this year, Tet holiday, when my parents just told me that I need to grow up. It's time to fit in with the rest, and wear some things that looks formal and nicer. So you know it's very hard to choose because I don't really know what. So I then sit back and choose a vest. It's the color, like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a coffee, like a dark coffee, kind of brownish vest with just the blouse, if that's how you're supposed to say it, and it's just a pair of jeans. So that was probably one of the most visually pleasing outfit that I ever wore, because for most of my life I only wear like shorts and t-shirts, so it doesn't look as aesthetically pleasing, right? So it's nice that I have one time I actually uh, wear something that looks at least formal and maybe more elegant. But also, another factor that plays into at least my perception of why I think it's one of the best clothes is that I try to like stand up straight. Normally, I stand at a very weird posture where my back kind of lean forward, so it's always looks like I'm kind of smaller and shorter, and more clumsy uh, than I should be, right? So when I just try to change my posture, suddenly my clothes feels like they are better, they are fitter, and I feel more uh, kind of like prouder with my appearance. So yeah, that is that one occasion where I feel like I am very content with what I wear.